Born on March 5, 1963 in Houston, Texas, Joel Osteen grew up in a deeply religious household as the son of John and Dolores Pilgrim Osteen. His father, an ordained Southern Baptist pastor, later founded Lakewood Church in 1959 after leaving the Baptist denomination. Joel was one of 6 children in a household where faith and ministry were central. He witnessed firsthand the dedication required to shepherd a congregation and the transformative impact of spiritual leadership. While his father's sermons were fiery and traditional, Joel developed a more reserved personality. His childhood experiences laid the foundation for his later approach, combining personal faith with encouragement and hope, rather than strict doctrinal focus. Education and early ministry involvement. Joel Osteen graduated from Humble High School in 1981 and enrolled at Oral Roberts University in Tulsa, Oklahoma, to study communications, focusing on radio and television. He did not complete his degree, instead dedicating himself to building technical expertise in media production. In 1982, he began managing Lakewood Church's television ministry, a role he held for 16 years. His work behind the scenes, directing camera crews, lighting, editing, and even tracking his father's wardrobe choices, played a key role in expanding Lakewood's reach. Though he avoided preaching, Joel's early career allowed him to deeply understand ministry operations and audience engagement, skills that would later prove essential when he unexpectedly assumed the church's leadership. Stepping into leadership, Joel Osteen's life changed dramatically in January 1999. His father, John Osteen, was on dialysis, and Joel agreed to preach for the first time. Tragically, less than a week later, John passed away from a heart attack. Joel, who had minimal preaching experience, suddenly faced the responsibility of leading Lakewood Church. Despite doubts and lack of formal theological training, he stepped into the role with a sense of purpose. He later described this moment as inexplicable, feeling called to continue his father's work. This pivotal period marked the beginning of his rise as a globally recognized spiritual leader, transforming both his personal faith and his approach to ministry. Transforming Lakewood Church under Joel Osteen's leadership, Lakewood Church experienced rapid growth. From a congregation of around 6,000 in 1999, attendance swelled to over 50,000 weekly by 2016. Osteen expanded television airtime, negotiated prime network slots, and leveraged media to reach millions worldwide. In 2005, the church moved into a 16,000-seat former arena, solidifying its status as a megachurch. His sermons, characterized by uplifting motivational messages, focused on hope, personal growth, and abundant living. This approach contrasted with his father's more doctrinal style. By blending media innovation with positivity, Osteen cultivated a following that resonated with people seeking encouragement, creating a global spiritual platform and redefining modern American Christianity. Criticism and controversy. Despite widespread appeal, Joel Osteen's teachings have faced criticism. Detractors argue that his sermons prioritize motivation over theological depth and promote the controversial prosperity gospel, suggesting that faith and positivity lead to material wealth. Critics contend this approach risks blaming individuals for misfortune and oversimplifying Christianity. Others defend Osteen, noting that his uplifting style helps people navigate life's challenges. The debate highlights tensions between traditional biblical teaching and contemporary interpretations of faith. Osteen maintains his focus on hope and inspiration, emphasizing that his goal is to uplift followers while remaining authentic to his personality, rather than emulating others or strictly adhering to conventional doctrinal methods. Personal life and partnership. Joel Osteen married Victoria Osteen in 1987, and together they lead Lakewood Church as co-pastors. Victoria has been instrumental in expanding the ministry while also navigating her own controversies. Their partnership blends shared vision with practical collaboration, such as joint preaching and administrative oversight. The couple has 2 children, Jonathan and Alexandra. While their shared leadership has contributed to the church's growth, Victoria's public comments, such as emphasizing happiness as a goal of faith, have sparked debate. Despite scrutiny, the Osteens maintain a united front, balancing personal faith with ministry responsibilities, demonstrating the challenges of managing public perception alongside spiritual leadership in a high-profile religious institution. Tragedy strikes Lakewood Church. On February 11, 2024, Lakewood Church experienced a shocking incident that deeply affected the congregation. During a Spanish-language service, a gunman opened fire, injuring a 47-year-old man and critically wounding a 7-year-old boy. The perpetrator, identified as Janess Iron Moreno, also claimed to carry a bomb. 2 off-duty police officers on site neutralized the threat, but the event left the community traumatized. The tragedy has tested the resilience of Osteen's ministry and underscored the vulnerability even within spaces of faith. This incident has brought questions about safety, security, and the spiritual leadership necessary to guide a congregation through grief and fear. The debate on inclusivity. Joel Osteen's approach to LGBTQ issues has drawn mixed reactions. While he promotes general inclusivity, critics argue that he has not fully embraced same-sex relationships or marriage equality. Some believe this reluctance signals a lack of clear affirmation for LGBTQ individuals, while conservative critics accuse him of compromising biblical authority. This tension highlights the broader struggle of modern religious leaders balancing traditional faith principles with evolving societal norms. Osteen's careful approach reflects an effort to maintain church relevance while avoiding divisive rhetoric. Nevertheless, the lack of explicit positions has sparked debate about whether his ministry fully embodies the love and acceptance it publicly preaches. Controversial teachings on happiness. Victoria Osteen has also been a subject of controversy due to her emphasis on happiness in Christianity. In a 2014 sermon, she suggested that faith can lead to personal joy, a perspective that some theologians criticized as self-centered and misaligned with biblical teachings on sacrifice and devotion. Critics labeled the message as diminishing Christianity to a pursuit of personal fulfillment. However, supporters argue that framing faith in a positive, uplifting way makes spirituality more relatable. The discussion illustrates the tension between traditional interpretations of religious doctrine and modern approaches aimed at broadening accessibility, highlighting the challenges faced by high-profile religious figures in presenting faith to diverse audiences. Wealth, prosperity, and public scrutiny. The Osteens' wealth has been a major point of contention. Residing in a $12 million mansion in Houston and owning luxury vehicles, their lifestyle contrasts sharply with the humble, sacrificial life traditionally associated with Christian teaching. Joel Osteen preaches the prosperity gospel, which emphasizes that God desires success and abundance for believers. While Osteen asserts that his wealth is a product of hard work and divine blessing, critics argue that it contradicts Jesus' teachings on simplicity and concern for the poor. This tension between personal prosperity and spiritual guidance continues to provoke debate about authenticity and priorities within modern ministry. Crisis management and public image. Lakewood Church faced criticism for its response to Hurricane Harvey in 2017. Despite its large facilities, the church initially did not open as a shelter, citing building damage. Public backlash questioned why a wealthy megachurch did not prioritize helping the displaced. The church eventually opened its doors after mounting pressure, but the incident damaged the Osteens' public image. Similarly, Joel's acquisition of a $40 million private jet drew scrutiny, reinforcing perceptions of excessive luxury. These events illustrate the challenges of balancing operational decisions, public expectations, and media scrutiny, highlighting the pressures on leaders of prominent religious institutions. Legacy and continuing influence. Despite controversies, Joel and Victoria Osteen remain influential figures in American Christianity. Lakewood Church continues to thrive, drawing large congregations and millions of viewers worldwide. Their ministry focuses on hope, positivity, and practical encouragement, appealing to audiences seeking guidance in daily life. At the same time, debates over wealth, inclusivity, and doctrinal interpretation persist. The Osteen's legacy is thus a complex blend of spiritual inspiration, innovation in ministry, and public scrutiny, reflecting the challenges of leading a faith community in the modern world. Their story continues to evolve, demonstrating the interplay of faith, leadership, and societal expectation.